dry and almost uninhabitable. This is the Afar region in northeastern Ethiopia, home to one of the hottest places on earth. Ancient remains were once discovered here, giving it the nickname, the cradle of humanity. Nomadic communities have lived here for thousands of years, and now their way of life is disappearing before their eyes. Three generations of the Isa family live with their livestock in this remote area, a 3-hour walk from the nearest town. This is Ali. More than a dozen members of his family live in these traditional nomadic huts. Their way of life, passed down through generations, is under threat from a rapidly changing climate. The Afar people lead a simple nomadic life, moving around with their livestock, following rain and pasture. The animals are their livelihood. They milk, slaughter them for food, sell, or use them for transport. But these days, the rainy seasons don't bring them much needed rain. Food is scarce. All they can afford is corn flour, bought from town. With it, they make bread, placed in an earth oven, which is covered and left to cook. Drinking water is a luxury here. The little that's available is used sparingly. Ali's mom, Fatima, has lived through the consequences of their changing world.
وعدكتينا سكون جينا وعدكتينا روم ما جينا كلنا الرجات ما جينا أي سمتنا لمعة لتنكال على الجل لها وعتدور ربيعي سكسوي إن كيس قاعد الجل لها وعدينا أنا قديني أنقك سكتي إن كالا قديني أنقك سكتي كونا رمي سكتي أوي إن كالا إن كوك ما ميسا وعلولو قدام هاي أي سمتنا.
Locals like Mama Fatuma have never heard the term climate change, but climate experts at Samara University in Afar say that nomads or farming communities are suffering badly as a result of global warming.
Reduction in rain is very visible by the way. Even last year and this year was not similar. The rainfall around this area is highly dependent on the amount of rainfall that will be created around the highland area of the country. So if there is a stress deforestation in another or a change in climate in another part of this country, directly or indirectly may also affect the climate change of this area.
This morning, Ali is milking his 3 camels. Between them, they produce just about a liter, not enough for the whole family. He offers the milk to his father, who is frail and doesn't usually eat solid food. Father Doge insists that the children and Ali's wife, who recently gave birth, must come first. The family passes the milk around, negotiating who needs it the most. Eventually, Ali's father accepts and drinks the milk. Nearby, live the Bunkato family, searching for water. They moved here 3 months ago. Since then, Bunkato has been digging for water. So far, he's dug 16 water holes without much success. Assalamu alaikum. But he keeps on going.
تعبنا قريسنا هالقلاي مثلا تساقو دوغا كانتي بسباتي دغه
Can you show us?
يلا ليتها بلند تاوعل دغا علوا ايه وساقو دكتتي اساقو دغتي غنا ام شيء داي داي
The Bunkato family isn't alone. There are many others on the move desperately trying to find water. Many of them, like Ali's family, walk for hours. They take turns escorting the animals to the water point. Today is Ali's turn. It's a 6-hour round trip on foot. It's a methodical operation that involves teamwork and endurance. The goats need to drink water every other day. Large animals can last longer without fluids. But all that walking with not enough grass to eat makes them even weaker. Later that day, Ali returns home to find this lamb dying. Its mother could no longer feed it, and it was too young and too weak to walk to the water point. The next day, Ali heads to the Saturday market at Eliwaha town. He goes there once a month. Today, he is trying to sell 6 of the family's goats. With the money, he's hoping to buy food and clothes. Ali was close to a sale, but the buyer changed his mind because the animals were too skinny. For now, he will have to find a way to fatten up his livestock. He will try again next Saturday. Adding to their problems is this: the non-native Wayana tree. It thrives in the desert environment, but heavily consumes groundwater, which is so desperately needed by the local people. It poisons their animals and kills indigenous trees, and it's growing out of control. They call it the enemy. This plant is locally known as the Wayana tree. People say it started growing around this area in the early 90s, but it now dominates the landscape. It's everywhere. It might be green, drought resistant, but not useful for the local community here. The Afar people have an immediate connection with the earth. They live on the front line of the climate crisis and are some of its first victims. They could soon see their way of life disappear forever.